Welcome to the Seasons of Singleness podcast. I am your hostess with the mostest, Tiffany Sneebrose. Seasons of Singleness. Seasons of Singleness. Welcome back. Happy to have y'all on this good Tuesday. All right, so yeah, like I said, definitely waited just a little too late, right, to get off of this ride, and it bit me in the ass. I feel like there are times where we just feel like we are, for lack of a better term, invincible. Like our shit don't stink and it's not going to catch up to us. No one will find out about certain things, whatever. And we just get into the space where we feel like, I'm untouchable. And that is where we fuck up, right? So in the midst of us doing our thing, again, coming from a space where I understand that these modes or modalities that I took in life, the things that I did, the things that I partake in, were means of survival for me in that moment. Like I needed to be in these places. I needed to experience these things in order for me to get over this thing wholeheartedly, right? And people call it like the liberation phase, the whole phase, all of these buzz terms to kind of like label what the fuck it is, and in reality, it's just you doing what you want to. You're doing what you need to in order to get out of this space. But for me, it was like, okay, cool, I'm hurt. So they say hurt people, and I'm vindictive as fuck. When I'm hurt, like I need you to feel it too. And yeah, even if it's like, and it's weird because I'm very direct, but I'm also very passive aggressive. Like understanding like that's how I've been taught. I can be very fucking passive aggressive. So even with me like dealing with this man's or his friends or people that he know, whatever, like it was very passive aggressive. Like it wasn't outwardly done. I'm not that fucking crazy. A little crazy, but not crazy enough for you to know that I'm dealing with your man's or whatever. Now, unless he slip up and say some shit, then cool. Not cool, but if he slip up and say some shit, then that's on him. It's not necessarily, you won't find out from me, if that makes sense. Because I enjoy life, and yeah, I don't have time to play with a man in that way. Even though we're sitting here playing games, but yeah. So in the midst of me like talking to people, doing to do with people, like whatever, wow, still living in this man's house.
Bitches be crazy.
Crazy. This is what I'm saying. That's fucking insane. Who does shit like that? Me. It's me, Jessica.
I'm in here.
All right, I'm done. So really just thinking about what was happening in that space, why this was happening, and not necessarily putting a label on this thing, because again, I needed it. Like I needed to go through all of these things. I needed to experience all of these things in order for me to, birth purpose. And while that may seem crazy, especially to people who are going through right now, it's necessary. It is necessary, baby. Like the things that we go through while in the midst is like, what the fuck is this? It's purpose. Everything that we go through is purpose. So yeah, me laying on my back, purpose. I get to come here and talk to you about it. Um, but yeah, like I stated, the whole thing was cool. I was having a good time for the sake of just to be having a good time. Still understanding, realizing that I wasn't in a space where I thought I was thriving or where I thought I should be anyway. Um, but my basic needs are met. And I had a call recently where it's just like, we diminish ourselves. Like when you want to feel like a woman, that's okay. Like shit. I wanted a man to touch my titties. That's it, that's all. Why did I condemn myself? But a lot of that has a lot to do with the fact that, just women in general, just we aren't taught to be sexual beings, or if we are taught, then it's more so in a vein of like sex workers or whatever. Like they don't necessarily talk about like pleasure of women, and then when they do, it's looked down upon. So when it's time for you to like experience these things, you invoke shame on yourself. Like you convict yourself in those moments, and it's like nah, like what's that song, girls this play is too, I'm tired just as much as you want your dick rolled. I want to ride. Like it's it's okay. It's okay. I'm here to tell you, ladies, it's okay. Like it's all right. Sometimes you just want to feel like a woman, and it's okay. As my mentor would say, like everything doesn't have to be black and white as it pertains to relationships. Like we are so focused on just this thing. That person could literally be that thing. I remember having a conversation with a young man that I was talking to prior, and he was just like, well, why are you like even allowing me in your space? And I'm like, you're my thing to do right now. And being honest about that, like really being open and honest about what that is, so that both parties or both entities can understand exactly what it is that's happening. But being in your 20s, like shit like that, you trying to figure it out your goddamn self. Shit, even in your 30s and 40s, there are a lot of people who don't want to have those real conversations because of what could happen potentially. So it's like that person could either leave or this thing could leave. Yes, why I'm getting my needs met in this way. Me being honest about what it is could jeopardize that. So I would rather just shut the fuck up. But it's even gonna be for me or it ain't. Like, and I truly just don't have time to be fucking around in limbo. Like, let's talk about what it is. Let's talk about what it ain't, and let's move forward in that. Like, we don't have to. It doesn't have to be black or white. All of that to say. But back then I wasn't there. So yeah, I'm crying over niggas that ain't mine. I am fighting over dick that ain't mine. It's not my man. And you out here fighting for your motherfucking life. Foolish. Fucking foolish. But it was necessary. It was needed. Now, in the midst of all of this, right, I'll be very honest, I had multiple partners. Not all at the same time, because again, no shade, no tea. It's nothing wrong with that. I just can't, like, I feel dirty. Like I feel nasty. It really just doesn't sit well with me in my spirit. Like even I laugh about this with my friends. Like I'm like, I can't start dating now. Like I'll just go back to the trash bag, like trash bin niggas. Like I will go recycle before I hop on a new dick. And I know that's crazy, especially saying it out loud.
Okay, bitch, you said it, not me.
But for reasons such as, my trust issues and um, just the shit that I'm talking about in the podcast. Like, I just don't fucking feel like it. I don't feel like it. I'd rather do something that I'm familiar with than be disappointed by something that is unfamiliar to me. Yeah. And all that to say, that shit gets me in trouble. So I had a conversation with my homegirl the other day, and I was like, I'm a friend fucker. She was like, the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And it's not to say that all of my friends have gotten, you know, a piece of me. Because that's not the case at all. But there's a few of them. If we're being honest, if this is a safe space, yeah, because I would rather be in a familiar situation than something that is unfamiliar to me. Like my trust issues run that fucking deep. I've had sexual trauma where people who are familiar, and that could also be a thing too, where people who are familiar to me, people, friends, family, whatever, where I've been molested, right? And it's like, if a person that I know could do some shit like this to me, then a person that I don't know would be even fucking worse. Like, and I'm just thinking about the dating history that I have, not necessarily myself, but that I've witnessed between friends, family, all of these entities. And it's like, yeah, nah, I would rather, this is again just for me, I would rather deal with someone that I know, because at least I can link you to something. If I can't link you to shit, like it's a no for me, dog. Because I don't have time. I don't have time. I've done a lot of work, and even though I know that I still have a lot of work to do, I've done a lot of work to get over certain aspects of my life, and I just don't have time to go back there. And I know, you know, the Lord revealed to me that while doing these podcasts, while having these conversations and being authentic and vulnerable in this way, that certain things will release from me, like they'll vanish and I'll be okay. But I'm saying right now in real time, that is a thing for me. Just being honest. I haven't told y'all the rest of my business. Why not be honest? So yeah, like that is a thing. And you know, when you date familiar, when you fuck familiar, like people think because you're not, or you're being discreet about certain things, that you're just not about to be out here or outed or whatever. And what I realized is, as much as men say that they could just fuck around and not feel nothing, whatever, whatever, it's a fucking lie. These niggas be catching feelings, okay? And I realized that by friend fucking. So lo and behold, you know, dealing with these guys, whatever, whatever, they're a part of the same social group. And yeah, one of my boos and told me I was in the motherfucking group chat. Like I had posted a picture on Instagram and it was posted in the chat like, oh yo, look at this, whatever, whatever. I don't know what the fuck they was talking about. Hopefully it was my glow up, because bitch, I mean, I don't look it right now, but I look the fuck good. Okay.
Bitch, where?
Wait until I lose this belly. It's over for every fucking body. Speaking of, let me pull this up. Make it look like I got a little waist action. Bam. Yeah. I probably look roly-poly as fuck, especially slouched over and shit. All right, but one day I'm coming to y'all by season 6. I promise you. Be slim.
I'm feeling so slim. Like, I feel so skinny now.
Okay, but no. So, yeah, so now I'm in a group chat for whatever reason, right? And my nigga at the time, like, yo, you floating around in the group chat. I was like, what the fuck? So did you defend my honor?
Be fucking for real.
Bitch, no. I'm not like, the fuck you got niggas talk about you? I'm not about to put myself out there to be like, nah, don't talk about my bitch. Like, no, the fuck? No. You probably joined it in the conversation. I would. I feel like that's why God didn't make me a man, because, yeah, I'll be trifling as fuck. But, nah. So, And it was so funny. So like once that happened, you would think like, damn, I feel shame. I feel fucked up about this, whatever, whatever. And there were parts of me that did, right? So, because it's like, for my homegirls, like girlies on the, that's not even alive. What the fuck is this? But my girlies that's on the pod, right? Like, you know what it's like to be like to throw some shit in the group chat. Like, oh yeah, nope, I gotta take this to my homegirls. Blah 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 blah. So for me to be on that receiving end, like what? Like I'm in the group chat. I put niggas in the group chat. I don't get put in the group chat.
Doesn't fucking happen to me!
But no, here I am in a motherfucking group chat. And I was just like, I remember feeling like this sense of like shame. It was just like, you know, like in the olden days when they shamed your ass.
Shame. 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 Shame.
That was me. Like I felt so shameful. Like shit, my actions are catching up with me. At that time, you know, again, like going through these things, you're doing this stuff and you don't necessarily feel like somebody can catch you. You feel invincible. But no, here I am in the middle of this motherfucking group chats. And niggas is talking shit. I'm like, send me the screenshots. And of course, he didn't. That nigga had no loyalty. None. Fuck you. Send me the fucking screenshots. But no, he didn't do that. So yeah, so I'm left in this group chat, didn't know what the fuck the conversation was about, like whatever, but it was more so that I was there. So I'm just like, okay, well, fuck it. We bowl. We here.
Gives to Jordan. Jordan to the circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won.
We are here. And it's nothing that I could do to take it back. It's nothing I could do to say to people or whatever. There's like a meme that was floating around that was saying like, if all of your exes was in a room, like at a party, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm the type, I'm not about to walk the fuck out. I'm going to say hi to everybody. It's going to be cool. Like 9 times out of 10, it's going to be niggas trying to talk to me, take me home any motherfucking way. So it's like, what the fuck am I running for? I did the shit. I literally did it. I have to own the fact that I did it. I talked to you and your homeboy knowing that y'all are friends. Knowing that y'all run in the same circles. Like, I didn't know how close y'all were. But knowing that y'all talk to each other, knowing that y'all have a bond, a relationship, like knowing that that's a thing. And also too, like understanding that it's me, like going back to what my homegirl said, if I am not the problem, there is no solution. Like I have to own the fact that I made decisions that put me in certain predicaments. And that's okay. Like that's okay. Again, understanding what I know now, like I know that that is purpose. Even the shame that I felt, like I felt super, super shameful. And it was like, yo, all right, cool. Let me pull the fuck back a little bit. Like, and I had to, and again, just for reference, I did not fuck with them at the same, it was around the same time, but it wasn't the same time. So it's like, if I'm fucking with your homeboy on Wednesday, you won't see me till next week, or you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it wasn't like, oh, ooh, I get to choose today. If I'm fucking with your homeboy for the month, like, cool, I'll see you next month. Which don't make it no better. Let's be honest. It doesn't make it any better, but it helped for my sanity. It made me feel a little clean. I can laugh now because listen, I done cried a lot of tears. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm done. That is no longer a part of me. It's no longer a part of my story. And if I decide to fuck with your friend, I'm gonna let you know. It's just that simple. I now like as a what's the word for this? As like a precaution if I'm talking to someone, again, I still have the habit of dating familiar. So I will definitely have a conversation with a gentleman before, like, listen, I either dated your mans, I talked to your mans, I fucked your mans before. Do you want to know the details of the relationship? Because what I don't want to do is have or start to form a bond or relationship with a person and know that this could potentially come out or whatever. Like, I like to lay all of my cards on the table and you have a decision to make. I don't want to take away a person's right to choose by not giving up the information in the beginning. You got a decision to make. You can either fuck with me or you don't. Or you could be like, I do want to fuck with you, but I don't know, because I be knowing what men be thinking. So it's like, I'm not a man, but I have some insight as far as what that looks like. And most men don't want to wife the fucking, like, they don't want to wife a hoe, right? For lack of a better term, we've been talking candid this entire time. Why would I fuck it up now? But they don't. So it's like, no. If you fuck with my homeboy, I'm not about to take you seriously. Like, I get what that means. Like, I understand what that means, right? There are some men who are like, nah, that's the past, and we gonna move forward like how we move forward. But not that many. But they out there. They're out there. And I've experienced some where it's just like, they'll say, because I say this all the time, like, my philosophy is that when folks want something, they'll say what they need to say in order to either lie to themselves or lie to the person just to get what they want. Like, a lot of times people just don't want to be without, so they'll put up with whatever. They'll put up with whatever to obtain or to maintain, retain, like, all of that. They'll keep themselves in a space, so they'll either lie to themselves or they'll lie to that person or entity that they want to remain in close proximity with. Because at the end of the day, something is better than nothing, right? That's the philosophy that a lot of us have. Something's better than nothing. So I would rather just say, like, oh yeah, I'm cool with you fucking with my homeboy. That's the past, whatever, whatever. But as soon as you start feeling insecure about something, or you see me interacting with your friends or whatever, then it's like, oh, you a hoe. Like, I saw you. And it's just like, nigga, the fuck? I'm gonna speak. Like, I'm not that person either. Like, unless we're not on like good terms, if I see you in public, I'm going to say what's up. Like, there's never not gonna be a time where I don't say, hey, how you doing, whatever, whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna have conversation. That's just who I am. Most times I'm gonna have a word for your ass. Like, it's a lot. So I can't not, like, I don't burn bridges if they don't necessarily need to be, if they don't need not be burnt. I think I fucked that up, but you get it. So while there was like shame and this gut wrenching feeling about like what was being said, what was discussed, at the same time, after feeling what I needed to feel in that moment, it was just like, okay, you got a decision makes you have a decision to make, sis. You either learn from this or you don't. What you gonna do? So for me, it was just like, okay, cool. We did this. I'm gonna move forward with one person that I liked, whatever, whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna chill the fuck out, because ultimately, I do desire companionship. I do desire to be wanted. I do desire to be with one person. Like monogamy is my thing. But it wasn't necessarily where I was. I'm literally just coming out of a breakup. I'm still living in this man's house. And people know that. So that was also a factor too. So it's like no one's taking me seriously because they feel like I still fuck with my ex-boyfriend. And that wasn't the case at all. We just lived together and we lived separate lives. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I had to make a decision like, do I continue living this fast life or do I slow the fuck down? And I ultimately decided to slow down. I again am just one of those people where if it's not serving my spirit, like even if I know that it's something that I want to do, I instantly get convicted and I have to like sit the fuck down and reflect and do all this other stuff. I had a young man tell me that he, after, we had sex, like he saw me shrink, like literally, not like curl up in a ball or nothing, but it was just like the way I kind of went into myself after the act. And again, it's like really I'm doing stuff because I want to, and again, that's a-okay. But like I was saying before, there are so many people that aren't graced for the comeback. Like, so it's like while we're out and doing these things, we still have to be cognizant of the fact that it's not supporting, like, or it's not in alignment to purpose. And God will always deal with me in those ways. Like, so even after I done sat on the dick, he like, all right, girl, what's next? What you about to do now? So even with that, like walking into it, it's kind of like you know Pinocchio, like he always got Jiminy Cricket with him. That's his conscience. Like he know you got this thing that's like, nah, this ain't right. Like, but you do it anyway. You have to be ultimately okay with the fact that you made a decision for yourself in a moment. And that's okay. Don't condemn yourself. Be convicted, most definitely. And that's something that I've learned over the years. Like, be convicted. Conviction is the one thing that keeps us close. Like, so be convicted. Don't be condemned. To be condemned is to be consumed by a decision. Don't be consumed. And even if you have to be consumed, because some people need to understand what that feels like. Some people need to understand like what it means to be in this space so that they don't go back and make the same decisions again. Even if you feel like you need to be condemned, give yourself a time period. If it's 3 days, 3 days. Like, I'm giving myself 3 days to feel shitty about this, and then I'm moving the fuck on. And ask for help, not necessarily from your friends or your group chat, but from your leader, from wise counsel, from God. Like, really sit and ask for the guidance that you need in order to make better decisions as it pertains to your dating life, your dating experience. And there are certain people, who date multiple people. Do all that shit. Do all that shit. Make great decisions while doing so. And when you fall short, you always can come home. You always have a place to come home. You always have a place to come to after this thing happens. It's really just about moving with intentionality as you decide to make those decisions for yourself. And I wish that the group chat thing had happened sooner in my liberation phase, because things happened after that. Like, even after I decided to chill the fuck out and just focus on one person, whatever, that one person screwed me the fuck over. Screwed me the fuck over. I would have never guessed in a million fucking years that, and even after all the fucking and all this talking to people that I've been doing, that I, of all folks, would catch a fucking STD. I mean, I don't know why I thought that, but I guess it goes back to thinking that I was invincible.